Let's getting some music set up and the annotations. Ready? Testing new tech again. So hopefully this will work. Reminding myself what the name of this book is. I have to get rid of the pain and suffering tag. Unfortunate. Alrighty. Where's the pen? Alrighty, well, this is... Hopefully no growing pains with this solver. Was it F6? Was it? Function. F6. Annotation mode. Keep the annotation tool active after use. Okay. Freehand line. Typewriter. Oh, okay, cool. This one is looking good. What's the name of this program again? Ocular. Okular. All right, let's see how we're doing. Situation where two people have already called Richie. You also reached Tenpai. Do you challenge? If you do, what weight do you choose? A discussion about whether Richie Dora 1 is worth picking a fight over. So, no Pinfu. And we can choose between Chin 8P Shanpon or 6-9P weight. Interesting. Well, let me go through and circle some stuff. Oh, what is this color? Also, yet again, the tablet is not... Wait, is it even plugged in? Mic test. Okay. The mic does seem to be working here, which means OBS side. Okay. Oh, wait. What happened? Why did it suddenly start? Hey, Seed. Can you hear me? It looks like my levels are back now, somehow. Okay, that's really odd. I went into Discord just to find another source because it wasn't picking. I realized I was been talking for like 10 minutes and it wasn't picking up. So I went to Discord to turn on do the voice tests, and then that immediately got it working again. So I don't know what's going on. Whatever. But yes, I'm back yet again with yet another PDF viewer testing the software. This one looks really nice, actually. Maybe switching virtual audio sources fixed it. That's entirely possible, yeah. Could be. I'm still getting familiar with voice meter, so totally could have been that. But I am working my way through the Mahjong Push-Pull Textbook. So I'm just picking up where I just pulled out my e-reader to figure out where I was. And this was one that I'm not. This is kind of counterintuitive to me. This was chasing two Richis with a double-sided weight, Richi Dora 1. And doing so picking between Yakuhai Shanpon and Yaman weight. I guess my thought was, okay, if we average that to 2.5 Han on Richi Dora 1, you know, chance for, with all of the incidental Han that you can pick up off of Richi, we can say like 2.5 Han average, but also with 2 sticks on the table. So this one I'm actually gonna, I don't know, can I add a tag or so? What is this? Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna bookmark this. Put a stamp symbol. Oh, why is it white? Can I? Whoops. Did I put 2? I did put 2. Let me deselect this. Can I change the color? Properties. Appearance. General. Stamp symbol. Oh, this is really cool. There's a lot of customizability. I would just like to make this not be white, but maybe I can put it just somewhere else on the page. Yeah, sure. Let's add a note. This feels doesn't feel natural to me, or maybe does it? Or like my feelings about this. Okay. Now, can I? Interesting. Okay, cool. All right. This is already. This was the chapter that was recommended. Like the author. There's a foreword for this where they go into how to use it, and they said use it more of like a glossary or a skim question, but definitely focus on the chapter 2 with multiple opponent scenarios. So that is what I'm working on currently. All right. Risk and reward against 2 opponents in Richi. Dealing in while no 10 confirms you as fodder. Play very defensively if you are... Okay, so this is... Sorry. Discarding dangerous tiles and dealing in while you're only Ishanten, even with a very good hand, means you have no choice but to be certified as fodder. I often see people discard Musuji tiles against 2 Richis and deal into Haneman and a situation where pushing is profitable. On the other hand, if you are in Tenpai, you can push quite hard. In a 2-person Rishi situation, there are at least 2 sticks on the table. Even if your hand is only worth 1k, it becomes a 3,000 point net income. Very profitable spot to push. Prioritize tile count when joining the fight. And for the final tip, prioritize tile count over hand value. In a head-to-head drawing battle, you should prioritize the number of winning tiles. The trick is to join the fight with as wide a weight as possible. Cool. So our rules. Into 2 Richis, defense only for if Ishanten are below. Pushing is profitable with 2 sticks on the table, and prioritize tile count for chase Richis. Alright. Dealer Shimo has called 2 sets, including Double Tone and Dora1. Likely Tenpai your Ishanten for Sanshoku. What do you discard? Okay. Yeah, that's a Giga Tenpai discard pile if I've ever seen one. I mean, it's there, but I don't know that I am terribly interested in pushing into 5.8 Jean. Or if they have any other Dora in their hand, Aka 5 or another Doros, then we're dealing into dealer Mangan. Yeah, or even 340. 7.7 is really rough. I think I would maybe be okay with Mawashing this hand. Question is, I guess the only real way to do that is what, 1p 1p? And that gives up our Sanshoku opportunity. I mean, I think I fold here, or at least Mawashi. I don't think I'm full steam ahead sending this hand, but also kind of 6 blocked, right? Oh, let's see. Where's mine? You want 1. Here's pair. 2, 3, 4. And then we have like, I guess it's still 5, but with a very helpful annotations. I know. I don't know that I'm just jamming 4p. But I mean 8p is not really any safer if you're trying to keep the Ryankan for 6-8p. Not even for Sanshoku, just for just for a better acceptance. So neither of them are safe. Just got here. Why is it not just 1p? So this question is I think I was saying 1p for like slight mawashi. Question being how do we feel about pushing into dealer? I think my thought was 1p and hope to find something, and then if not, then pack it up. But the question is, I think specifically for Sanchoku, I think forcing it is probably not real to me. But let's see what it says. All right, 1p. Yeah, I was just talking about the potential values in their hand. Like we see double tone Dora 1, so it's like a minimum 5.8. Anything that bumps them to 40 fu 7/7, and then if they have any other Dora, any Akas or another Dora, anything else is Mangan. So I'm not terribly interested. Yeah, okay. Hey Suzo. Good to see you. Thanks so much for the raid. Hi everybody. Second. Unrecognized command. All right. Thanks so much for the raid. I'm a late snack. I mostly stream Mahjong and other strategy games here and there currently. Today was really rough. I mean, there was a few highlights, but I had a tough one, so I'm probably not really. I wish I could, but I also don't really have the time today. Probably want to have a decent bedtime, so doing a little studying. I've been slacking a bit. You're saying, oh, by the way, are you gonna be at Philly Open? Tell me about it. ARML's bad. Oh, you are? Okay, sweet. I will see you there then. Boston and Philly, nice. That's a good August. I think who was it? Melvin was saying he might try to do the full Iron Man run of all. I think there's one ARA certified Mahjong tournament every weekend in August. It's what the North Texas, Boston, Philly. All right, and I guess it started with RNO. So yeah. The opening of this book says memorize. Yeah, focus on chapter 2. Yeah, we were just talking about this. Chapter 2 is like 60 pages long. I think it was mostly just sort of skim as you will, but put the most emphasis on the chapter 2 scenarios with multiple player scenarios. Yeah, everyone stacks August to October. I mean, that's lucky for me. This is the only tournament I was able to make it to this year. Hopefully next year, if I'm still in the air, I'd love to make it to at least RNO, but that is depending on everything. RML is bad. I was actually, someone canceled on us like absolutely like 2 hours before and didn't ping anybody. They just put it in the channel so nobody saw it. Actually, I need to go check on that. I wasn't sure what the protocol was for calling a substitute. Maybe we were just supposed to do that, but they meant we should reschedule. So I was like, all right, well now we gotta do this. But it's not usually this bad. There's one person in particular in our group who I had to nudge like 3 different times to put in their hours for the scheduling, and this is the same person who also bailed. So that was kind of unfortunate, but all right, no one answered my question. Never mind. It's okay. But I just pulled the chapters straight from where I am in my current reading. I'm using new software, so I'm still, but this one looks good. This is Ocular, OKULAR. Free open source one I hunted down, so hopefully this one was working with my tablet, so it's good. All right, let's move on down to the next one. Depends how nice you are. I don't know. I'm still getting used to the bot commands and all that, making sure and scheduling, but it's not too bad. Everyone's been pretty chill for the most part. I think this is also something I want to work on. I'm really excited for that Mahjong Pros book that's coming out. I think it's November estimated. The reading calls from opponents. I think that's something I could definitely use some more work on as well. All right, Dora pawn with node. You said what? So I scrolled too much. 20 minutes pawn Dora with 2 open sets. You have a decent hand, but what do you discard? Yakuhai Dora pawn. With these discards, I think for that reason, Sharks, I am out. Why are you studying from suboptimal books? Have you already finished Flowbook 1? I actually thought that was a real book to read and put it in my folder with all the other ones at the outset until someone told me to like save it for fun read later. So this is interesting. All right, let's take a look here. So we draw into 2-3M German. So that's one. Is there a better way for me to visually discern or like notate the blocks here? Maybe. It's always annoying when it's like it shows you that Sumagiri, but I can't. It's like annoying to draw lines all crossing the entire hand, but. This hand is decently wide. I wonder if the book wants you to. I guess I shouldn't be answering this from the position of the book, but I wonder if the book wants you to Mwashi with 5-7p drop and see if you draw something around one of your around the Sozu block. I mean, we do have a lot of acceptance, so I'm not terribly. I feel okay, but cutting a full block just does not seem awesome for chances of actually making a real hand. Yeah, I was also thinking maybe 6S is if you want to be a little more of a Moashi, but yeah, Dota 3, that's what I was like, how much do I like? I don't want to be just chasing ghosts. I think I agree. I think I'm probably I'm gonna Moashi with what did I do? All right. I need to figure out better hotkeys for these pen buttons. I keep accidentally scrolling, but yeah. Okay, straightest line of all time. But yeah, I think I'm probably Mawashing and then folding depending on what on C. Yeah, we have what? Tanyo Nomi with not even necessarily confirmed with 2-3 Ramen. Like, I'm not about it. I think from here. Yeah, okay. We're on the same page. All right, discard 5-7p and fold. Compared to Orichi, people tend to respond too do they tend to respond too casually to Dorapon? Actually, the scarier situation, still early and you can't tell if they're in Tenpai, so you might be tempted to discard a risky tile. However, because their middle tile discards are fast, you have no choice but to cautiously enter defense by discarding 5-7p. Recognize that the situation no longer allows for an easy 5M discard. Discarding it here is they come up with a lot of funny phrases. I wonder what these read like in Japanese. It's too naive. I mean, this is also just a playstyle decision too, as well as. But I think this is aiming for like players around where I am, like intermediate, maybe somewhere on the gamut of intermediate. So, you know, can go into nuances of this, but I think I agree generally. I can understand. I mean, you can always. But I think with no value makes more sense to me. All right, so we there now we can get a. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm also personally trying to work toward more tournament playstyle, but it's, I guess I need to maybe hold both simultaneously, like play for ladder on the ladder. But all right, so same situation, but or same toyman situation, but we have Tenpai Pinshu Dora 1. Let's see about this one. I mean, it's just from the description that feels reasonable to me, but let's see what we got here. 4-7M weights. Or, yeah, I assume we're reaching with 3S. Seems reasonable enough to me. Sakadara on us here. I hope so. I mean, most of the reasons for the current stuff has just been costs for me. Honestly, if I didn't have people who were kind enough to help me cover the fee for this one, I probably would have just tried to help out with tournament organizing or volunteering of some kind just to be there. But very, very grateful to be able to compete this year. Yeah, I think this is absolutely a slam to me. Slam 3S. We only, especially because it's like not even that bad here. Like we saw 5. I mean, obviously, like there's no knowing, but it seems even from a safety perspective, we're not throwing like Dora or something. Not that they necessarily need it with Dora Pawn, but I'm jamming. Don't even need to reach. Yeah, I don't know if I. Is there any reason not to slam? I feel like it's just better with if you can. All right, 1-5S makes. Let me scroll back. 1-5S makes Toyman Gemman unlikely, but I would make the decision to reach it based on my point. Okay, yeah, that's also fair. Yeah, we don't. This is. We don't have full context, but let's just assume this is like East 1 or something. Non-slam argument is you can play safe if you draw something funky. Yeah. Fourth avoidance play. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, it's all context. That's also fair. Jam and ranked in tournament. And tournament. Very nice. Also, hi, Kikab. Assuming East. Yeah, I think for these, it's like earlier in the book, they didn't even have discards. It was just here's the situation. Here's your hand. Here's the situation on the board. Like, work with it. So they're just trying to jam you through it. I think for a lot of you, this might be like maybe a bit below your level, but I think so. It's trying to just like I'll give it a little leeway in terms of allowing for some slight oversimplifications in pursuit of having clear messaging. So it says Menpin Dora, hand capable of taking on a Dora pawn with a Ramen weight. You can contest the round if your hand is worth at least half of the opponent's likely value. While the hand is guaranteed 3.9k, actual value is over 5k. After Nietzsche making it worthy of a showdown. In this situation, it's vital to increase your value and step into the ring of the head-to-head drawing battle. I just finished the book tonight. Oh, hey, Gio. I wouldn't say saving it for stream, but I was like, I didn't really want to play today. This is what I was saying I wanted to do before. It's like on days where I don't feel up for playing games on stream, I do want to just stream and not feel like I have the same pressure, just to kind of hang out and chill with y'all and study on my own time. I think part of the problem was that I've cycled through like 3 or 4 annotation softwares. Couldn't find one, but Ocular is here to save me. All right. Can I want this on the screen. Nope, I shouldn't do that. All right, whatever. All right, Dorapon Pinfu only. In a situation where Dorapon has been called, you reach Tenpai early on turn 4 with Pinfu Nomi. Do you call Riichi? Yeah, I still have a lot of. I mean, I haven't used the tablet in several is probably stretching it many years. I got this thing in high school, I think, and then like barely ever used it. I thought I lost it to TSA. I just found it in a box a couple months ago, I think. Bedtime now. Good luck. Thank you. Take it easy, and thanks for the raid. I'll catch you soon. Or I guess I'll see you at Philly Open, latest possible time. Get some good rest. I want to hear your blind ideas. This is cool. Yeah, this one's interesting. Yeah, I think I like Dama, especially because the weight is not awesome. 36M central weight, so we can not tip anyone off that we're Tenpai. Potentially wait for any value upgrades. Or I mean, best case idea here is like we'd like to shut this down, but it doesn't make sense to like default, but I'm sending it. I mean, that's also not unthinkable, I think. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I'm also curious about this one. I mean, especially if the weight sucks, then probably we're Dama anyway, but I'm curious what the book has to say. Okay. Yeah, if you call the Rishi here, the other 2 players will probably fold, but the Dwarf player definitely won't. That's what I was saying. It's like if you tip everyone off, I don't think, especially given, but again, like even if the weight was like 6-9M or whatever, let's say. What book is this? This is the Mahjong. I think it's in the, or like part of it is in the title. Let me look at the file name to give you. It's got a slightly, but it's like the Mahjong Push-Pull Textbook. This got translated this past week by Ikino, I believe, in the Snake Shack, or Kakino, my bad. The Modern Mahjong Push-Pull Textbook by, where is my file explorer? Hello. I have so many windows open. Makoto Fukuchi, looks like. Where's my music? Oh, my music is over. I see. Trying to find some more chill stuff. All right, this is Kenichiro Isora, Beach of the Pliocene. I'm gonna let this roll, and if it's this seems like a good vibe though. I feel like you can sometimes Rishi here. Oh yes, Scooty, this is if you need the file, let me know, but if you're in that, or if you need an invite to the server, it's also on the Rishi.mawe repository, but I hate sending people there, so I can upload it to Google Drive and share a link if you need it. I think you can sometimes reach it here, but might just be getting confused. Yeah, I mean, again, we were given like this sort of information. I'm just like under the assumption this is like East 1 or so. I think here I'm not. I think my thought here is basically that. Oh, here, yeah, this is. I mean, it's like okay. I was just saying if it were 1-6 or 6-9, or was it 1-4? I was just saying maybe if the weight were a little better, but all right. Dama-san, if you call Riichi here, the other two players will likely fold, but the Dota pawn player definitely won't. As a result, it becomes a one-on-one situation against the Dota pawn player. A Menpin Dota 1 would be a bold Riichi, but you shouldn't commit to head-to-head drawing battle against the Dota pawn with just a Menpin. The risk is too high for low reward. If the weights are 1-4 or 6-9, you might call Riichi because the tiles are easier to come out, but for any other weight, stay in Damatan and aim for a quiet win. If the situation becomes dangerous, you're still able to fold. Yeah. If it looks like the opponent is in 10 play, it's vital not to overreach. Control yourself with an iron wall. I love the little snippets. These are really... I would love to grab some of these as Discord emotes. They're very fun. Presuming East 1, my deal would be if I can't call Roll and call Riichi, otherwise Daman. Yeah, this is a Pinfu Nomi. So we can roll with that, yeah. But yeah, if you can't call Roll, I agree with you. If this is Riichi Nomi, I think it's probably this early. It was turn 4. I think it's like you're like, what are your options? Like, you could just send it. But yeah, you are facing a Mongon. Turn 3, even if you have a Dota pawn, that's not necessarily guaranteed you have a hand you can definitely push with. Pinfu Nomi is points-wise efficient Dama, so the two go together well. Yeah. I think this question becomes more interesting, exactly what Chris has mentioned, which is if you can't Dama this, if you're Oculus. Yeah, but basically I don't want to be afraid of Dota pawns if I have a good chip reach usually. Yeah, I think I also generally agree with you. If your hand is looking good. All right. And I did mention earlier, I don't know if this was when you were here, I'm very much looking forward to it. Mahjong Pros is putting out a translation of a open hand reading book. I can't recall. Maybe I can find it. I know it got posted in the tournament, the Mahjong Monday server. I can hunt that down. I can hunt that down if I can identify where my Discord is. There it is. Okay. Where is that? Scrolling. Principles of Call Reading in Mahjong Practical Strategies for Open Hands by Yuya Yamamoto. Looks like it is slated. Let me click this link. Excuse me. If I recall correctly. Yes. November 2026 physical edition and ebook pending for $10. Pretty good. Pardon me, I had way too much chili oil earlier for dinner, and I'm still kind of recovering from that. I feel like sometimes my thoughts are slipping and I second guess or try to get the right answer and fail because of that. Should take notes. Yeah, I mean, that is one. I mean, I've been talking, I've bounced some ideas around. I think where I'm struggling personally is I still don't think I have everything, all the fundamentals locked down. And in particular in situations somewhat similar to this, where it's like a bit more of a practical in-game scenario, where I don't necessarily have the flowchart, or I'm like, I think I'm running into many things regarding my my hand or the game situation where I'm like, I feel like I should know the answer to this, or like there should be a clear answer, but I can't pull it out of my noggin in the time that is allotted to me. So make your notes about your own thoughts, because you'll hear different thoughts from different people, and sometimes they mix together. Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, especially documenting your own notes. Like it doesn't matter whether you're just to document your own thought process. It doesn't really matter whether you're right or not. You'll get the answer from the book, and then obviously some of these are weighing in. The fun thing about this book too is there's a whole section at the end of each chapter where they have two pros or people in the scene to who give their opinions, just so you can. I think kind of to inform readers like you that just so you can get a more wider thoughts, and then it's not it's not always, there's always some nuance to be considered. But all right, let me see. And especially difficult for you. Push-pull against open hands is particularly difficult and an area usually cleared through experience. The reason for the difficulty is that it's hard to tell when opponents actually reach Tenpai. When discarding unneeded tiles, an opponent will discard dangerous-looking tiles before they reach Tenpai and then switch to safer-looking tiles once they are ready. Against the Riichi, you know the exact moment they become ready, but against an open hand, you don't. That makes the push-pull judgment much harder. To know when they have reached Tenpai, look at the number of terashi, discards made from within their hand after calling. The number of terashi and the progress of the hand are proportional. It varies depending on how many calls that have already been made, but if they have one call, they are likely in Tenpai if they make 3 more terashi discards and multiple of them are middle tiles. With 2 calls, look for 2 terashi and they're likely in Tenpai. And if they have 3 calls, then they are already quite dangerous. This also follows, I think, the general rule for Tenpai for open hands from... What is that YouTuber's name? Zensus, I think? XIN, XUST. Oh, I'm out of water. Which is 3 calls in the first, or I guess working backward. 3 calls in the first row of discards, 2 calls second row, 1 call third, as a general metric for gauging open house. But it's you can use them in tandem. I think makes the most sense. You have that plus looking at their discards themselves. Yeah. 3, 2, 1 for rows 1, 2, 3. Yep. It's a nice little package to put it in. This is also I love psychological stuff. So this is really interesting. It's cool to see that this is in here. Checking the number of times they've hesitated. That said, many people find it impossible to track terashi discards. However, even strong players will almost certainly hesitate or think for a moment when making a terashi discard. Checking the number of times they hesitated is a key trick. This method can even be used in online Mahjong when you reach the mid-game stage where you think this might be getting too dangerous, and your opponent has a prolonged thinking pause before discarding. After that point, treat them as being in Tenpai and respond accordingly. This doesn't work against me because I don't hesitate. No, this is the kind of thing that I love doing in any multiplayer games, especially ones that are like card game or card game adjacent. I would consider Mahjong kind of pretty like card game adjacent is throwing in long pauses for fake hesitation, but exactly. Something I loved doing when I played Magic more over the board, and I still do it now, is if I go back to is sort of like pausing to when someone makes a play to like pretend I have interaction, or even body language. I think I've always enjoyed doing the I do have interaction and lands up, but it's like I play mostly limited. A judge can be called on you for fake hesitation? Really? For Mahjong? Is this real? Faking a chi? Oh. I was thinking more like pausing on a draw that is pretty simple. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, not like pausing, not hesitating between, but on someone else's draw. I mean, yeah, that seems like kind of grief. But something I love doing body language wise is like something I would do. You're not allowed to make your opponent pause repeatedly in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you have no interaction, I think. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be like going, oh, hang on, wait a minute. Yeah, it's mostly, I'm saying like they're like body language tells where it's like I would, wait to say like, okay, that resolves. Like, you give it a beat or two, or like constantly checking my hand, pick, And something I loved doing as well is kind of the opposite is like you do like, oh, you heave a sigh and you like put your hand down on the table and lean back and stretch when you have interaction up, and then that one's maybe a little borderline, but you know, as long as it's like I'm not misrepresenting something, I feel like it's all above board. Yeah. Hey, it's Anote. Good to see you. You can check your hand even if you have no interaction. Act as if you're waiting to interact. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Like, I'm not doing anything. I of course want to stay above board. I'm not trying to get grungy with it, but I do really like playing mind games and stuff like that. So this part of the game is really, I mean, that's what I think I wanted to. The draw of Mahjong to me is, trying to incorporate stuff in like that. If you're really trying to oversell it. Yeah, I think, I mean, forcing it also makes it look, you give up your advantage by being too blatant about it. What's the optimal amount of seconds to wait to reach you? Yeah, stuff like that. It's fun. This is why poker is intriguing to me, since a lot of it is around bluffing and reading intels and all of that. So, but I told myself I would focus on one complicated game at a time. So we're keeping all that fun stuff on pause. All right. We just read this section, so all right. So quick review. Dealer double tone with Dora showing. Watch yourself. Don't underestimate Dora pawn, but if you have the value, you can try and take them head on, and if not, try to stay Dama and sneak in a win and shut down their hand. I mean, it's hard enough to figure out my own optimal plays. I don't have the brain power to worry about fake mind games. Yeah, I mean, that's also totally fair. I'm also not. I mean, I think that's a level I will hope to get to. That's what other stronger players have been telling me, is that once you're at a point where you're able to autopilot, and not autopilot parentheses positive, like, your mental stack is a lot lessened without having, you're not having to constantly focus on your own hand. You have time to watch other players, Tsumagiri and Terashi. You have time to, focus on the table as a whole and the players as a whole. So you're not constantly like stressed about you checking your hand and all of that, or figuring out what you need. I will say that some competitions will specifically nuke you if you shamisen, which is to hum and haw when you don't need to. Yeah, I think Mahjong seems a bit stricter about that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have the bandwidth. Exactly what Scooty's saying. I don't have the bandwidth to be doing it for Mahjong at all. Like, I played Magic for quite a while, and I was like comfortable to to have that mental thing. But the more important thing, I think, is like chess clock mentality, right? You should always be thinking on your opponent's turns. So I think that's more important than trying to come up with any like mind game stuff. I think people like a heavily delayed reach is probably either cheap or bad shape. I think people say things like that, or that it's either really cheap or really expensive because you can download for expensive hands. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'd read too much into it necessarily for precisely this reason. I think some players might go out of their way to do stuff. I remember playing in the Richinomi Online Open where we had like a dealer's, what was it, maybe 6 or 7 Renchans with the most, like, they were almost all on like Tonki wins and weird shapes based on discards, stuff like that, where I think your players like trying to take advantage of what good players will assume you're doing also is, a strat too. I think I sniped in the game I played with Navitas and Panda. I mean, I was in a good spot, but I think I reached on an Aka 5P on 2P Suji Trap because it's like, okay, well, if they had the Aka 5, surely they would have tried to use it, right? But I think I got away with that because I was like, I know everyone. I was like, I think I remember specifically thinking about doing that because I was like, okay, I bet people will be like, okay, well, if they had the Akka, and I think this was maybe reasonably early in the hand, they would have tried to, keep it. Kilvin, hello. Fancy seeing you here. We are currently doing a little study session. All right, let me sneeze the ads. I feel like making reads online for delayed reaches can be difficult because sometimes you can just not be paying attention or something and then look at the reach late. But if you're offline, you can watch a player deciding. Yeah, I think it's also interesting in set play too, whether people have, or I've heard in league sometimes the top players will change up things like their Yakuhai like dragon discard orders and such, or valueless wins. We could use one more to friendly with Dojima again. You're running it back again. Isn't this like the third time in 2 days? I was there earlier today. Hang on. Is he live still? Okay, he's not. I was like, wasn't his stream like 7 hours or something? Truly, I need to find better other things to stream as well. Maybe may or may not be mahjong related, but I definitely feel the mental fatigue from jamming mahjong games on stream, where stuff like this definitely not, or friendlies even, like it's a lot more chill. So maybe I need to get more of a schedule of friendlies consistently. All right, hang on. Let me get back to the app here. Some people have talked about reaching on Akatsuji traps for when you don't need value. Yeah, exactly. That was precisely the situation. I was like pretty up, I think. You just needed to win the hand in all last. Yeah, it was something like that, or like late, south, maybe south 3 or something, but because in theory, Akatsuji trap should be almost 100% safe. Yeah, exactly. I play Mahjong 24/7. Yeah, I do not play Mahjong 24/7. If anything, I maybe should be playing more. Well, this is part of why I want to do this. Specifically do this is because I've not been super consistent on my study, and this was, I mean, I had a Mahjong midlife crisis this week where I just been close to deranking out of master, and I don't know, just kind of losing confidence in plays and stuff. But I think this is probably a good position where I need to go back and strengthen my fundamentals and just keep studying. So that's what I'm going to do. Heard Ricci on a 0 means 1/9 aren't safe. I mean, I can think about. I mean, early 5 discard can also mean it's like I think this has happened before with like can mean you have like a 2/3 and 7/8 same suit, and so I one or the other or both. Also seen that. I mean, had that situation plenty of times as well, where you have like 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, and you just take the remnants, and the 5 doesn't really fit into your hand super well. I actually don't like playing friendlies too often because there's no progress on achievements. Oh, are you achievement based person? It's interesting. I've definitely found myself where I will definitely play, like back when I used to play League a lot. When the battle pass was active, I would be jamming games like there was no tomorrow, and then like not touch it at all in the interim. So definitely, it's an interesting thought. But the problem with Mahjong stuff is like I don't even, then I'll just like play Sanma just to get the achievements over with and then hop off again, which is not awesome. Early 5 Urasuji, statistically very dangerous. I'm getting tired. Getting tired right now, or tired of Mahjong? I mean, got my Ichihime to the bond, and that's all my meta progression I care about. I'm also in that spot. I'm mostly because maybe I am more achievement. I really want her lobby theme music. I think it's really good. Tired right now. I mean, yeah, it's pretty late, right? It's like past midnight. I don't know what time it is for you, but All right, let's swap back. Oh, Honitsu. This is definitely something I wouldn't say I struggle with, but I think I get kind of greedy with. So, all right. You have a decent hand. Toyman appears to be going for Honitsu. Should you discard Haku or Chun here or 3S? All right, so we're assuming. All right, door to 5M. This one's pretty interesting to me. I feel like Seatwind Pawn. This to me doesn't necessarily. Well, okay, 8M. There's always this one to me doesn't. I mean, it's obviously like I'm thinking about the fact that they could be Honitsu, but I guess the question here is, do you want to choke these tiles? There's a term for this. I can't remember. Shibori, maybe. I think. Yeah. But yeah. I think personally here, I'm probably cutting one of the honor tiles, but what else are you doing? I mean, I don't love, well, if anything, I was wondering, is like, do you drop 3S? I don't like it. I think I want to keep my options open given our shapes here, or like, I would like to have to draw one more thing, either if that's going to be around the 357 Kanchan, or Yankan rather. And I want to keep two pairs. It's 3 pairs technically, but you know, the 5, 6, 7, 7, 8 is just 2 shapes. I'm not considering that as like pair in a pinch, but like optimally not there. So I like, ideally it's like, okay, leaving ourselves open to drawing around either 3 so Anko, 6M, 4M, 3M Anko. You know, it just feels a little early to me because this could also just be fast hand. Like, yeah, I am thinking in the back of my head, yeah, maybe they're pins. Like, there's a chance this could be Pinzu Honitsu. Probably I'm on guard, but to me, this is not Tenpai. This is either fast hand, fast like cheap hand, or potentially Honitsu, and I don't want to give up too much efficiency this early. I'll cut maybe one. I'll maybe hold one dragon, but I think keeping both is for Shibori to try and choke them out of it is griefing our efficiency too much personally. But I'm curious what the book says. Chuck. Postponing the discard of Haku and Chun only increases the likelihood that it will be called later. Although you're still far from Tenpai, as long as you have a hand with manga potential, you should discard unnecessary honor tiles quickly. Discard them while observing the progress of the Honitsu player up until the point their hand boils down, quote unquote, to Tenpai. It is bad to throw away a decent hand too early. If you have a hand you intend to push, discarding the dangerous tiles early is one of the ironclad rules of modern Mahjong. Yeah, I think that's basically my thought process. All right, versus Honitsu 2. A fairly well-structured hand. The player across shows signs of a Sozu Honitsu. You draw a dangerous tile from that suit. What do you discard? Ton, Haku, and Hatsu are all Shonpai, live tiles. To be quite honest, to me, this depends on whether these were Tadashi or not. But it definitely does. This one to me is like, okay, my alarm bells are definitely ringing here. It's not knowing about the Tadashi or not, but this one, I think I would also still be surprised if this were Tenpai. I would, yeah, again, to me, I think especially the 2S. Why does Tadashi matter? I think for me, like seeing if the 2S was Tadashi or not would help inform my 1S decision. But this hand is pretty good. Was Dora 7? It's also Dora suit. Yeah, because I think if this 2S is Tsumogiri, then I think I'm pretty okay with giving the one with dropping one so and the op like the chance that it's they have a paired opponent. Dora suit also it definitely plays a factor here. I think also for the pay as well. To me it's still I mean obviously they could be tenpai, but most important is Queen Obashi, so what's to us the pawn discard. I don't know this term, but is that the tile discarded after a call? Yeah, also what's the difference to me? It's like the tile discard. Yeah, I think if it was pawn and then 2S discard, that is another indicator for me. But I mean this hand is pretty good. Queen Omashi refers to the likely set of tiles someone is waiting on after they call. Huh. I feel like I've watched most of those videos. Maybe I have another one. Also, do you know how to pronounce? I feel like I always grief it. I'm sure there's a video. Maybe I just need to rewatch. I don't see it with the term. Maybe I'll just scroll. They don't have a ton of videos, right? Okay. If you know the link, let me know. I'll scroll through later, but if you happen to know which one it is, feel free to shoot me a DM or drop it here. So if I cheat 2, 3, 4S and drop 7S, what's my most likely talent to be waiting on? If you cheat 2, 3, 4 and drop 7S, I assume that's Dora. So I assume that you're trying to get you're probably tenpai and you're maybe waiting around Dora. Maybe it came from like a 6, 7, 7. Well, if you had 6, 7, 7, maybe. Well, do you agree for Dora pair? Yeah, I would think that it's either floating or it's coming from a worse. You're trying to leave yourself with a better shape. I guess I don't know what I would think about a Dora. I would probably assume that I would never see a Dora, or very unlikely to see one from a Nitsu player. Like if I saw 7, 2, 3, 4 Chi and then 7S, I'm like confused, I guess. Because I would probably just be holding it and trying to draw around it to I guess the other question is like maybe that means that you just already have Mongun. Maybe you have a pair. But if you have a pair, I was like, well, maybe you're over. Maybe you have too many. But could I check my Mahjong Bible? Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, I was assuming it's either you are dropping it because you can't keep the value and you want a better weight, or because I was like, if you have the pair, you're probably keeping the pair, right? All right. Let me grab that. Thank you for going to find it. Again, I have 5,000 windows open. I'm surprised how much this this drawing glove is messing with me. It's thicker than I thought it was. Oh, discard reading. Okay. Cool. Is this? It doesn't look like I've watched this. Just no, I guess okay. It's in my playlist, so I assume I've watched it, but I can always come back to it. Cool. All right, I'll rewatch this before I go to bed. End of the video. Cool. All right. All right, let me close all these. Where to find a free PDF annotator software tabs. Hmm. I do need more structured approach. I can no longer snooze ads, unfortunately. So prepare yourself 3 minutes out. What's worse here? Giving them 1S or Haku? Brr. I guess my thought is maybe it's a little, not that it's, well, I don't want to say less likely they're able to use 1S, but I think like a Haku pair pawn is like way bigger. Feels like it's harder to work with. Or harder to play into, rather, if they pawn Haku versus, but maybe that's maybe that's troll. Jerry, hello. Thanks so much for the raid. We are going through the push-pull textbook. I've been meaning to get more progress in on this, and I was not feeling up to playing, so now I'm back here. This one I don't know what to do with, actually. Unless if you have to run, don't worry about it. But I'm curious about your thoughts on this decision here. I was willing to push a 1S here. I was thinking I don't want to give them, if I give Haku pawn, it's pretty hard to play into, whereas I think I'm willing to cut 1S. We don't know when, yeah. Easy fold. Is the thought that you don't think you're gonna get the Ton or Haku pawns from anyone else, or Hatsu, because they're also playing safety? Well, I guess the other thing too is like, I mean, again, we don't know where these tiles came from, but assuming this looks pretty Honitsu, and assuming that those are both, we got both an a Jihai and an overflow tile, means fairly likely Tenpai, or at the very least really good shapes. Well, like, you're not usually discarding any overflows before your Tenpai, right? So I guess we can kind of zero value versus daughter suit on Honitsu. Yeah, that was the other thing I was saying. It's like, with daughter suit, we have no information. And maybe I'm overestimating. I've had situations like this with like two Yokohai pairs, and I'm thinking that the hand was better. Also, I'm sorry, ads are colored momentarily, but even if the 1S, yeah, it's also, that's also fair that it's 2 tiles to push, and like we're not dropping the Ton or Hatsu pair, so yeah, I think this is one where I'm probably supposed to just fold. Let's see. 4P. Player cross has an overflow, and Sozo, yeah, we were just saying it's like probably overflow. Their Tenpai probability is likely around 50%, even though your hand is well structured. Starting from here to discard 1S and Haku, and then trying to win with hard to get Ton Hatsu is too naive a prospect. You want to hold on without breaking the hand if possible, but since 1S Haku is too dangerous to discard, get rid of 4P and dream of a miraculous recovery. You must not deal in from a state of no 10 against an opponent who is building for a flush hand that's overflowing in their suit. Yep, okay. This is what I'm saying. I think I'm too naive on things like this. I think open hands, hope Honitsu, it's like, especially Honitsu, I feel like it's pretty strong signals, so I think I need to be more disciplined on this. Okay, while ads are going, I'm gonna grab some water. This is a good opportunity. I always miss these. Okay, right back. All right, perfectly timed. Huge. For Honitsu, read the timing of tenpai rather than focusing on the weight. Okay, this is exactly what I was just saying. It's like I was trying to like X-ray vision and be like, okay, but what if they don't need it? Then yeah, I think this is fair. Okay. You know, I never really think about kokushi, and I think I probably should need to do it more for tournament when there's no kyushu. So this will be good for me. Situation where the player to your kamicha is clearly going for kokushi muso. Should you play while cautiously holding terminal tiles or proceed toward tenpin? What do you discard? All right. Well, I think again, context hat. We don't, point situation, all us, yada yada. But yeah, it is quite early. Plus, we can still. I think that, I mean, the other thing is that like our terminals here are paired, so we can totally use them. I think this is fine. If you want to, you could hedge a little, but I mean, yeah, I think moving toward Tanyo is pretty fine here. If you deal in with 9p here to a Kokushi, I think you can like just shake their hand and be like, all right. But this does seem kind of like folding to ghosts to me. Yeah. A round containing a Kokushi Hunter is a chance round. You can ignore them and treat them as someone who's essentially folding instead of half-heartedly holding back terminals. Aim for the highest value hand and proceed toward tenpin. Being afraid of Kokushi is like being afraid of stories from your past life. Hey, I resent that statement. Stories from my past life could be kind of awesome. What is tenpin? Tanyao Pinfu, I assume. Just like, yeah, like trying to get the most value by moving toward Tanyao. What do you mean? What is Oh, like a like that. There's this like an RPG slime. Yeah, it's just some of the common abbreviations we have for like the Japanese term, like mentenpin, right? Menzen, like a closed hand, Tanyo Pinfu, mentenpin, or like menhon, stuff like that. So, this is such a funny 13 orphans equals slime. Take this out of context. Treat it as a weak foe and assertively push. All right, versus Kokushi 2. The player to your left is going for Kokushi Muso and has now overflowed a terminal on our tile. You reach tenpai for a decisive strong hand. Do you call Reichi? If we're tenpai, I mean, you gotta slam. Hang on. I mean, you absolutely slam, right? I mean, I don't care if there are overflows. There's like the likelihood that you're on a 13-sided weight. I don't care. And if you are, then it's likely to be what's the word? Pretty 10. So who cares? I think this is like the easiest slam of my life. Yeah. The fact that the Kokushi Hunter is overflowing can mean they're bluffing or have folded. Could also mean the hand is actually progressing. Even if they are in Tenpai, the way for 13 orphans is like aiming for the last available tile. You're overwhelmingly favored. Mistake to be excessively cautious just because of an opponent's possibility of a Yakuman. Head on Rishi pursuing high value is best. Yep. Traffic accident is so funny. But Sayaka did it. True. I love these translations. Unless you're against me, always fear the 13 stinky children. Well, I mean, you're just goated with it. What can I say? Also, hi, Chrome. Good to see you. A little surprised. I guess, are there people who fold to Kokshi hunters? I don't think I've ever in my life been afraid of someone who's got Kokshi. Traffic accident is a funny but pretty apt way of like getting struck like lightning or whatever. Like, yeah, okay. Fair enough. Like, you can't even really play around it anyway. Like, even if you, like, in the situation too, like, you're playing against overflow, like, you don't know what the hell the weight is, so who cares? Like, I fold when I have nothing going on. Yeah, maybe, or like, whatever. Like, your hand is like 5 Shantan garbage and you can't, or whatever, but. Or your gig of, whatever, you're like 30k. Even if, I mean, even here, like, if I'm 30k in the lead or whatever or something, and this is the player, I mean, maybe Udama or something, but even then, it's pretty whatever. Reading the timing of Tenpai for Honitsu. In the early game, do not suppress tiles, instead discard them early. Since we were talking a bit more about Shibori, choking tiles from somebody to try and prevent them from advancing in Shanten. Defending against the Honitsu is a specific subfield of push-pull against open hands. There are several unique tricks to handling it. Oh, you know what? Maybe before I get too far, I should go back and yell at myself about that Honitsu hand. Yeah. Let's do that. Overflow. All right, 2S. Overflow. Have to push 2 dangerous tiles. And Ton Hatsu is hard to get. Plus low value. Give it up, buddy. Okay. Just one. There we go. There are several unique tricks to handling an open Honitsu. First, if your own hand is somewhat promising, do not suppress tiles, Shibori, in the early turns. Since players often pivot toward Honitsu from a messy starting hand, it's best to proceed and discard any tiles related to their suit as quickly as possible. However, if the person who sits as their Kamisha discards number tiles in the suit they're going for, their hand suddenly becomes a lot easier to win. It's a question you have to ask to relate to your own hand's progress, but you must ask yourself, sitting as their Kamisha, is it really okay to assist or feed my Shimocha like this before discarding tiles likely to be called? The important thing is Tenpai timing. The most important factor is reading exactly when they reach Tenpai. Tiles generally leave their hand in a specific sequence. Tiles of other suits, followed by honor tiles, and finally excess tiles of the chosen suit. It's still safe territory if they are discarding honor tiles that have been discarded several times on the board already. However, when live honor tiles, aka Shonpai, start coming out, the situation is becoming dangerous. And finally, once numbered tiles of the chosen suit start coming out, the danger is clear. You cannot read the weight in a traditional sense, as a Honitsu is often forced together by any means necessary. Suji are not reliable. Focus solely on reading the Tenpai timing. Once you enter that danger window, do not discard tiles of their suit or honor tiles unless your hand is worth a showdown. Yeah, I think this is good. Can I bookmark this? Is there a way to skip around between bookmarks? I don't know. I haven't used this software before. Oh, you can't see when I open the menu, huh? That's funny. I will leave a bookmark. I just wish it weren't white so I could see it against the background. There's a way to change this, I'm sure, but yeah, actually this is like not worth it. Whatever. Oh, that's the end of the chapter? I guess I was close to the end. I didn't realize. Pros play like this. I think they have it's Murakami-jin and Naoto for the whole thing. I thought they were gonna go survey different players for every hand. This is when you kind of have to flip back and forth because we don't remember. I don't remember. Trying to what did we start with? Oh, this was the Rishi no, the Pinfu Nomi hand. This was this is interesting. I think it was Geo you might be interested in. I guess you already read the book, but I think this was the hand in particular we were talking about that was Pinfu Nomi. Or no, maybe it was this one. No, it wasn't. Okay. Yeah, this is the kind of it's like this would be a lot easier if I had the actual physical book. Maybe printing this out would be good. Head to the library. I got my library card now. Maybe these are which hang on. What question? 68? Okay. Yeah, okay. I need to be yelled at on this one for the Honitsu. Fold completely without any lingering attachment. What a what a poetic way to put it. All right. Jangoro is a slang term for a mahjong hustler or grinder who lives entirely off gambling sticks. How much is 1,000,000 yen? I have no idea. Unless it's a decisive hand, fold completely without any lingering attachment. Bars. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, now we're getting into the nitty gritty. It's probably a good place to stop though, right? It's 1 a.m. Can't believe it's already been an hour and a half. Oh yeah, you know, I did say I wanted to do a little scoring practice, so let's if I can figure out how to swap scenes without griefing myself, we can do that. 1 minute. What's the website? Kachi something? I suppose Mahjong scoring trainer probably will just bring it up. I'm using Chrome for my stream stuff, so I never use Chrome. So yeah, Konbanwa. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Let's see. Does this? Nope. Chrome window. Properties. Yes, I know this. Let me see if I can grab it. Window. Richie scoring trainer. Here we go. Can I full screen this? Yes. Ignore foo on limit hands. I assume this means over Mangan. Also, let me know if there is. Oh wait. The window capture's catching the audio too. There's no overlap, right? All right. Just trying not to. Current exchange rate, 1,000,000 yen is 6,200. So it's over 6 grand. Damn. Hey, you know, I mean, in one night, bad night at the casino, it's like not that different. All right, yeah, let's run a couple scoring. I mean, this is another thing I've been meaning to really work on, so let me get this tablet out of my face here. Yeah. Okay. Away, I mean 2 feet away on my coffee table. All right, so... No, did we hit everything we needed? Hanfu, points. Kirigage. Sure. All right, so... Round wind, shas... Or what? Wait, what? It's west. What is? Hang on, I'm not. We're in west round. Okay, sure, whatever. I was a little like, huh? What's going on? Yeah. Okay. We're full. We're full. It's a sweaty game. Dora indicator. So 7p Dora. This is a Tsumo no Rishino. This is Ron. 7-8. So Kanchan Tufu. Alright, so this is Hatsu Dora 1. It's not outside. This is not. Oh no, my foo. My poor foo count. We have a terminal and an honor triplet. Plus a Kanchan weight. So that's 2. Is this 40? I think this is 240. But +4+4. Yeah, it's +4+4 and then +2. Wait, but that's so I need no. That's not enough, or is it? So I suck with these. So +4+4+2 for weight. But it's open. Yeah, so it's open. So the RON is 0. So it's still 30. So it's like it's literally like on the cusp. So I still think I'm not great with it, but I think that's right. So it is. Is this actually? It's still 30. Yeah, okay. I think I trust that. And we are not dealer, so it's just 2k. Where do I see Honba, or is it just not gonna tell me if it's not here? Oh, sorry. I didn't realize this was here. Yep, okay. Believe in yourself? Well, I can't believe in myself when I suck at at my food counting still. I think in particular ones, it all kind of gets muddied when it's like just the triplet for me, but... Alright. No Richi, but it is Sumo, but this is Menzen. So we still get the Sumo Han. Hi, Gosu. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, on Boundary 3040, I got super sus. Yeah, I was like, this is exactly the kind of hand where I'm like, is it? But yeah, we're a little shy. If either of them were still in the hand, it would have been over, right? Because it's not. That's +8. So. But yeah, you're both called. All right, and we also had a con, huh? Okay. So, Seat Wind is 1 Han, Sumo, 2 Han, Aka 5, 3 Han. And our indicators give us Chin and a 9S Dora, which we have none of in our hand. Are there any other shape considerations here? This is Ramen weight. So 0 fu, and we have a closed anko. Or I guess anko is closed by it's like redundant. It's ATM machine. So we have an anko of our seat wind, which is plus 8 fu. But it's Menzen, so it doesn't matter. We don't get anything. We don't get plus 10 for Ron, so this is just 30. Right, and it's not Pinfu, obviously. So I want to say this is 3 Han 30. Hmm. 6P doesn't count as an Anko here, right? Because it's our pair. It's 6-6 and 6-7-8, so... Actually, that's something I'm not 1000% sure on. I might have to jot something down with Notepad on what you have. I was thinking about it, but do you think it's better to do that or just kind of do it raw the way you'd have to do it in person? Or you think it's fine for now? Do it to start? Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't have a good way to do this to keep it on screen, but... Or do I? I can just put it in a text box source, I guess. Yeah, sure. I can grab the score tracker text. No, wait. I want a separate one. No. Hang on. Recently created. I want text. Where's the text thing? Text free type. Add a new text. Yes. Okay. Where do I? It's big. Make it smaller. So, Tuzmo. Okay, Menzen Sumo. I guess that's also redundant. How's it going? Hey, Mage. I saw you were streaming a lot. Was your mic off intentionally? I wasn't sure. I was gonna say something, but I forgot because I had to go do an interview. How'd your games go? I said, was your mic off intentionally during your stream or not? I couldn't hear you, but I forgot to say something. I had to leave in the middle. Accent. Oh, my bad. I should have. I figured might as well check. I hope you weren't like yapping the whole time. Muted after going to the bathroom. Oh, I see. Your games are going really well. Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, I popped in here and there. Okay. Just doing, we did some review earlier. All I'd be doing is yapping. Yeah, don't I know it? We did a little book review earlier, the Push-Pull Textbook. That just got translated recently. And doing a little scoring training to practice up here. Wait, we have Sumo, Seat Wind, Aka. So 3 Han. Oh yeah, so I guess I can break this into Han and so Han. Oh, it doesn't have. Okay, sure. Cut off the Fu. Wait, no, this is closed Anko, right? So that's closed Anko terminal. Is 8? Where's it? Uncle. Wait. 0. Young man. Okay, so question: does a In this case, the 6p Anko doesn't count, right? Because it's not being it doesn't qualify as an Anko for the in terms of like how it works into the hand. So we don't get to count it as 4. Right? Okay. You have to treat it as a pair. So it's based on how the hand is the composition happens. Okay, so this is 30 fu. Yarman wait, closed Anko terminal honor, and 0 fu from the weight itself. So it should be 330. Hey Rox. Call this guy the fu for a terminal Anko the way he ate. Okay. Took me a second. Hi, kiddo. Oh, this is a good website. Yeah, I was just thinking I have tournament coming up, so I should be working on this. I didn't really feel like playing games today. I ate a lot of chili oil that I also just had a rough day in general with like, weirdly enough, the job interview was like the highlight of my day, which is the weirdest statement I've ever have made in recent memory. But how spicy was it, by the way? It wasn't. It was mostly just the fact that it was just too much. I piled it on. It's like I would definitely be able to eat it normally. I just piled it on like laoganla, and it's the kind that's got like all the oil floating on top. I got a bunch of that too. Spirit, I was eating the fancy dan that I made the other day. So good. But I'm glad I had I went for a quick beer run the other day just to have a couple on hand, and because I wanted it for specifically to go with this meal, and I'm glad that I had it on hand because I definitely needed it today, but my stomach was not super happy about it. I feel like Ludwig in Road to Empress when I buy a can of Laogan. That's awesome. Wait, are you white? Strange question, but I don't know. I guess I was like, I thought you were, so I was like, what do you mean you feel like Ludwig? I was like, I thought we talked about this. I get mistaken for everything else. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like it wasn't like habanero. I'm bad. Are you white? 我们是两个白色美国人. Yeah, that's fire. What did he say last time? 我不是美国人. Dude, oh my god, the Northern Lion learning Chinese arc has been awesome. I know a player named Asianator. All right, I have to fess up. I've also been the user of a middle school nickname or online tag that involved Asian, which is, you know, regrettable, but all right, hang on. So this is 3 on 30 sumo, no pinfu. 3. This is. Hang on. I always forget whether, because I know sumo changes things on pinfu, but I don't know. Important the problem. Taka. That's. I mean, I don't blame him for struggling. With double third tone is rough. Sumo's 2 except for pinfu. Wait, I forgot. It's still 30 though, right? Oh, I guess I can put it in order of size. Oh, I guess I can put the. Pin sumo, always 20. Yeah, that one I do remember. My question is the way that it reefs the scoring. Because I know pinfu sumo and pinfu, because pinfu ron gives you plus 10 for mensen ron, but now I feel so it's like 330 is Non-dealer Tsumo. I was like, is this 2-9 or no Honba? I'm assuming it'll tell. I turned it on, right? Yeah, include Honba. I don't. Where does it? Is it gonna? Where does it tell me? Oh, there's an apply button. Oh, I did not. Okay, thank you. So hard. Pinfu prawn. You know, I'm just a lazy bastard. I hate de-shelling and like, I'm like, if my food is in front of me, I don't want to have to do extra work. I never like, I mean, I grew up in Maryland and we go to those like crab houses. I was always like, why am I working for my food? Like, what are we doing? Like, eat the shell. Yeah, I've considered, but it's like either I'd rather do it before the meal. Like, it's like, okay, prepping it is totally fine. Like, if I'm doing some seafood, I don't mind it. Like, if anything, I prefer doing that. It's a good chance to practice knife skills and get some reps in, but not when I'm trying to eat the meal. I hate finger food. I just don't enjoy having to, unless it's like all or nothing, I guess. I don't want like a full prawn in my pho or like my soup or something versus like burger and fries. Sure, like we're full committed, you know. I grew up eating seafood, but I got to dislike the process more and more as I get older. Yeah, I'm just like, default, give me fork and knife food. Like, even I used to do this for pizza even too, but if anything, it's more of a hassle to get out utensils for stuff like that than to just eat it normally. So I gave that up before. But do you eat your burgers with the shell? Low key, I kind of prefer no bun, like air quotes deconstructed, or have it on the side, or like a half. You eat it without with half of or one half of the bun. It's I don't know. Like I'll take like chicken strips or whatever over a salad over a burger most days, I think. But I'm also spoiled. There's a really good burger spot very close to me it's like a $6 burger. Fries are $4 and they're really good. So it's like it's $10 for the full package, and that's pretty. They also do pickles too, but they're like $5 and not. It's like house pickles, and they do a full thing. I'll have to take Rox. I'll take you to this spot if there's time. Actually, I don't even know. There's so much good food here. Honestly, people will really sleep on Philly as a food spot. I might just tell anyone, but I've got all the food spots. So if anyone needs those, hit me up. I've got them all saved, and I can give Rex. Salad and go close. I've never heard of this. Is this a local chain, or do you eat your eggs shell on or shell off? Spirit, we were talking. Were you there for the egg cracking discussion we had on the best way to crack an egg? I forgot to edit that video down. It's a thing in the Southwest, I guess. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard of it, but it's kind of a bummer if it's a spot that you went to. All right, hang on. I need to finish this. Points from non-dealer. Wait, so, okay, my thought. Okay, so Tsumo, is it just 3K or 229? I don't know. Does the Sumo change anything? I'm just gonna say 29. Like I can't just sit here all day. Wait. Okay, so I said it's 29, so we round up. So points from non-dealer, so it's 1K, 2K. Oh, that needs to be 1,000. Whoops. I believe. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I have to go back and watch the scoring VOD again from you and Rox and with Brew. Oh, I might have at least in Discord messages. 1 singular point for my opponents. Well, I always abbreviate with like 1K with like the thousands when I can, so 1 singular point for my opponents. Oh, that's what non-Kiriage Mangan feels like. I'm like, oh yeah, was it 11.6 or 11.7, 7.9, 7.7? Like, all right, I think I've cracked the code on scoring. The actual formula is so funny. I love it that it has the exponents built in. It's pretty cool. Just use the actual math. All right. So we are Oya East 1. Dora indicator. We have Eres Dora. And we have Sumo. So we have... Alright, let me go back to the editor. Alright, Han. We have Chin. Aka... I guess Aka 1. And 0 Dora. So Chin Aka 1 and Fu considerations we have... Plus 4 times 2. We have a open. What's the term? I don't remember. That's the term for a triplet that's open. I know there's a. I can't remember, but if anyone happens to know off the top of your head, that would be nice to remember to jog my memory. So we have a terminal honor Minko. Thank you. Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. From Daiminkan, right? It's the mean is like the open. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Terminal honor Minko times 2. I made a diagram, but need to like sanity check it with people. Yeah, please send that over. Literally on the whiteboard, on the wall behind me. Oh, you also have a whiteboard? Let's go. I need to use mine more. It's kind of in a weird corner of my room, so I don't use it as often as I would like. Yeah, I think with the combination, Jerry also gave like a good. I think I at least have the VOD saved. I should edit out the part that he talks about it. I think I asked for shortcuts. So we have 8 Fu on our open Minkos. We have Chun and 9M Minko and. Okay, so is Sumo plus 2 always or only for Benzen? And there's nothing else in here that we have to think about, right? No, this is ramen plus 0. Always plus 2. Okay, this is good to know. All right, so again, we're back to 30 exactly. Oh, hang on, I should scoot this off to the side a little, just so it's not covering anything. And no honba. So this is Ron, which means they're paying 30 Fu kind of night. That's what I'm saying. Friday night, crack a couple cold ones. 30 Fu. 30 Fu banger. All right, so this is 230. Ron dealer seat is 29. Wait, what am I doing? Points from. Oh, it's. Wait, I'm trolling. It's Sumo. Me when I don't read. All right, well, whatever. I'll chalk this up as a me when I didn't read, but I understood the assignment. It's funny now it says 0, but yeah. Well, I guess I can't say I understood the assignment when I didn't read the assignment, but rip. Yeah, Tsumo. Yeah, it's 2-9, so that's 3k at Tsumo. So 1k all. Alrighty. Another no no Richi hand. So unfortunately we got Yasume side, no Ippei call. Alright, back to the text editor. Alright, so notes so much. This is Ron, so this is just Pinfu no main. No Sanshoku, no Tanyo, no. Wait, Dora. Oh no, we have 2 Dora. Okay, never mind. I was checking for like hand-based. What would you call that? Structure-based, structure-based Yaku, or I guess yeah, just actually yeah. Yeah, just looking for other Yaku before I checked for Dora. So we have. Yes, this is just Pinfu. Pinfu Dora. Menzen Pinfu Dora. Yeah, Menpin Dora 2. And we're dealer as well. Ugh. Fu considerations, not really any, just it's just 30. We're Pinfu, and we got the Ron, which is plus 10. So plus 10 Mensen Ron Pinfu. So, and we have dealer, so it's 3 Han. 3 Han Ron dealer seat. 3 Han Pinfu. Does that change anything? Three Han 35-2? Plus Humba. Alright, well. Hang on. What happened to my music? Did it also end? It did. Sure. What is this? Sure. Yeah, so this is 330 Ron plus 2 Humba, so 5-2 plus 2 Humbas, 5-8. Right? Dealer? Alright, well. No, I'm trolling. It's 3-9. No, hang. Yeah, it's 3-9. Where did I get 5-2 from? 5-2 is non-dealer Pinfu 4, right? 4 Han? Sumo? Or that's 5-2 plus 2 Honba, but... Wait, what am I saying? It's non-dealer. Why did I hallucinate myself and just... Alright. Oh, what am I saying? I was like, oh, it's South Seat, South Wind. That means I'm dealer. Who is... Maybe there were some... What did I... Okay. Yeah, it's non-dealer, so it's 3... It's 3-9 plus 2 Honda. No, I'm just... As the spice hallucinations, I was like, yeah, what was in that... What was in that chili oil? Okay, I can yeah, well. But okay, under the auspice of if my hallucination was correct, is that it's 5... No, wait, 330 is... Dealer seat, 330 is 5-8? Okay, so I still would have been wrong. Because it would have been, it's 5-8 plus 2 Honda, right? So even if I were, then if I'm under that assumption, they would be 5-8 plus 2 Honda. So I'm still wrong. All right, whatever. We go again. Now we're dealer. Oh, we finally have a reach hand. Let's go. All right. Wait, what did I do to that text? Oh, I must have copied. Must have click and dragged this up somehow. All right. So this is not Tanyo. All right, we have 5 P Dora and 4. So we have 2 Dora in this hand after Ura flips. Alright, well, let's just. Alright. Richi Tsumo. Dora 1. Alright, this is. Alright, Richi Tsumo, Pinfu. No Tanyao. Dora 1, Ura 1. Richisumo painful Dora. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Han, painful Tsumo. Just means Mangan, so I believe this is just 4k all. No, just kidding. We have Honba, so seriously, I gotta stop and check my work. This is exactly. I'm getting like Ghosts of Christmas Past echoes of every teacher I've ever had going, slow down, stop making. Check your work, look for mistakes from going too fast. So 4k all plus. Yeah, triple check your. Oh yeah, should be honestly. So 12k, so it's 1.2, so split 3 ways is 400 each, so... Whoop, nope, not that. Right. Oh, right, with sumo. God damn it. I didn't triple check. I made another... Well, cringe. Well, we caught 1, but not 2. But as I know this, but... Ye old classic. But I knew the answer, I just forgot. Teacher, professor. Yeah, well... Alright, deserved L. Alright, this is a funny hand. Alright, so non-dealer, Ritsumo, 1 Honba. Alright, so Ritsumo, no Pinfu. 3, the ye old classic. And down with Ura 3. I wish it were me. I saw this happen today to someone and it was not right. So tone is valueless wind, but it is +8. Oh, this is a 40 We have 2 closed onkos. Right. Yeah, that's 16. Plus Tsumo. 18. So 40 yeah. Okay. So this is, yeah, what did I say? +8 times 2. Closed or terminal honor onko times 2. And then +2 tsumo equals 18 total. And our weight is ramen, so that's +0. 18, I guess 18 rounds to 20 rounds to well, I guess I shouldn't say 18 rounds to 20. I don't know what the best way to do this is. 40. I don't know how to notate this in a way that's like with the fewest cognito hazards, but yeah. Alright, so we had Ritsumo, no Pinfu. No original Dora, but Ura 3. So Ritsumo, Ura 3. So 5 Han Mangan. Food doesn't matter since we hit Longon, so it's just 2k, 4k. No, we have a Honba. So let's just add 100 to each person's thing. So 2100, 4100. Hey, why is this grayed out? Oh, right. I said to ignore foo. Okay, but it's still correct. That's fine. It's a limit hand, but yeah. Okay. Hey, I checked my work. Let's go. Okay, makes sense. Yay, another Ricci hand. Okay. We will never see Tanyo. It's the most elusive hand of all time. It doesn't exist. Alrighty. Ricci, Tsumo, no Pinfu. No Tanyo. It's kind of a standard. We got Aka 1. Oh wait, no, we have Aka 2 actually. We tsumoed 5M. Dota indicator is, so we have 7M. All right, so we had, okay, I guess in order here. Dota 1, Aka 2, Ura 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Han. Haneman. 7 equals Haneman. And so foo count doesn't matter. So 7 Han. I think this is just 30 foo anyway. Looks like it to me. Oh, well, we have the Anko. That shouldn't matter. Yeah, that's just, it's 20 plus 4 plus 2, so it's 30. No Honba, and we're non-dealer, so I guess it would have just said points from everyone if we were dealer, but yeah. 12k, so we split that 4, 4, 8. 4k, 8k. Wait, what am I saying? It's 12k total, so it's 3k, 6k. See, I almost griefed again. Why am I swear the first my first instincts are always all right. I could have had 100% if I just checked my work. Now consider how many food does Kokushi have? When you announce it goes non-dealer dealer, yes, it's lower than higher. So you would go we announce your hand, you go Ritsumo, Dora 1. Or I guess I don't know if you would just I don't know how people do it with Akas, if you roll it in and just say Dora 3, Ura 2, or, I don't know, but you say Haneman 3k 6k. Or no, you don't even have to say Haneman, you just say it like 3k 6k. Yeah. I think it's just standard across the board. It's non-dealer dealer. You got it. You have it correct as far as I'm aware. All right, how many more? I can do a couple more. I'm running out of ad sneezes. Maybe I end before the ads come back. All right, non-dealer 9p Dora, which we don't have, and no Ura flips either. Ritsumo Honba 1. Okay. All right, Ritsumo. Any notes about this hand? We missed. Well, it's the same hand anyway. We miss Ipeiko, but we get the Aka, which is nice. It knows Dora, so Aka 1. This is Pinfu. No. No Tanyo. Anything else here? No 4, 5. No Sanshoku. Yeah, it just looks like a pretty normal hand. And we did not flip Ura, so Rich Pinfu... Rich Sumo, Pinfu, Aka 1. Forehand, Pinfu Sumo should be 5-2 plus Honba. So... Forehand, 20 Fu. Non-dealer dealer. Oh wait, we don't have Fu considerations for this hand, it's just 20 Pinfus. Points of non-dealer dealer. So 5.2. I know you're supposed to say it like 5.2 becomes, or you say the thing and then you say like, oh, points and then becomes whatever, but I have to kind of do the mental. So 5.2 is, I don't remember the split for this. It's like 1.3, 2.6. Right. 1300, 1600 plus the Honba. Yeah, I think so. And then, so just add our 100. Should be. Let's go. It's my Tim Allen ass noise. 1326. Any notable historic events? 1326. Wikipedia, what do you have to say for yourself? Trying to find something fun, but I don't think there's anything fun. Any notable events? Nope. Bummer. All right. And then you drop 1300 to 2600, and then drop some fun fact about 1326. Yeah, I was trying to come up with something fun, but I've immediately given up after 2 minutes. All right, let's do one more, then maybe we can dodge ads before and get out of here before then. All right, we are dealer. We can finally read. Wow. Indicators 1P Dora, and this is a Ron. Closed. All right, no. No more Richie. No more of that. No more of that Richie nonsense. Open hands for real winners. All right, no Sanshoku. So we have Hatsunomi. Sure looks like it to me. The humble dragon. No Dora, no nothing, no Honba. 1.5k banger. Yeah, we have the Anko. Well, hang on, we'll just double check our food just in case. But I don't believe this is just +8. So we round up from +8. And then Udon, so 28 rounds up to 30. So this is 130, 1.5. Alright, it would have been concerning to end on this and then and then grief the easiest hand of all time, but it's always when it's like this and you're like, well, am I griefing? Did I miss something? It can't be this simple, can it? the opponent that was in Tenpai for Suiso. I'm so green. Oh, green with envy. I see. Are you in Q like hooked up to the same neuron of Mahjong puns? Like, there's so much. The energy is the same. All right. Alright, so you did decently. I mean, I just want to be able to. I should just do this at the end of every day. Honestly, I need to take notes from the Paint Twins. All right, who's our next raid victim? Oh, I should swap back to the PDF annotator before I. Okay, I'm not griefing anything. Any genres still up? I don't see anyone that I know. Oh, Ranger's online. Okay. Cool. I almost got griefed by. Alright, I'll send you over there. Not checking again. I have 40 seconds. Hang on. No, I'm not gonna have. No. Alright, I'll start. Alright. And break in 30 seconds. Thank you all so much for coming. If you want to see more of me, more Mahjong streams, you can follow me here on Twitch at @a_lightsnack. I also post stream notifications and other Mahjong related content on Twitter at @a_lightsnack and YouTube for Twitch VODs and occasional highlights at @a_lightsnack. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening and I will see you soon. Goodbye.